Okay, now let's try to understand different types of cloud computing models. Actually, I forgot writing here. We are going to understand different types of cloud computing model. Now we have infrastructure as a service, we have platform as a service, and we have software as a service. Now let's try to understand what is the basic difference between all of them. So we are going to use this example of pizza as a service with which we are going to understand this example. This is actually taken from this particular LinkedIn post. So if you want to understand more about it, you can go there and you can understand from there. We just want to mention one thing, that if you're using blue color, if something is blue here, that means it is managed by you, and if something is green, it is managed by the vendor. So first example we have is we are eating pizza at our home. So this is also known as on premises, and you can see everything here we have to manage, from dining table to cheese, every single thing, from fire to electric to oven, from tomato sauce to toppings, everything we have to manage. So everything is our headache. But let's say we move to infrastructure as a service. In infrastructure as a service, I will just manage the dining table, sofa, electricity or gas, oven and fire. But I'll go out and I'll buy the pizza dough, I'll buy the tomato sauce, I'll buy the topping, and I'll buy the cheese. Now in this case, what I have to do, I just have to worry about the the things which I have to manage. Other things I can take care and I can actually buy. So this is an example of infrastructure as a service. Now we have an example of platform as a service. In platform as a service, if we talk about, I don't have to manage their electricity or gas. I don't have to manage the oven, fire, pizza dough, topping, and like whatever these things are. These are managed by the vendor. I just have to worry about the dining table and the soda. And finally, if I want software as a service, that is technically dining out. So what I have to do, everything is taken care by the vendor, which is an example of software as a service. So in infrastructure as a service, I have flexibility. I have flexibility about choosing what I want to do, but yes, I can use their infrastructure to make my process easier. In platform as a service, I have added more services so that I don't have to manage a lot of things. And finally, in software as a service, I don't have to manage anything apart from eating, of course. Now, if we talk about the various examples or the companies which are actually working on these models. So if we talk about infrastructure as a service, so any cloud provider, you talk about Microsoft Azure, you talk about AWS, if you talk about IBM Cloud, they all provide infrastructure as a service. They do have some services which are platform as a service as well as software as a service, but altogether these platforms are infrastructure as a service. If we talk about platform as a service, where I'll get the platform and over that platform I'll make my application, we have Google App Engine and we have OpenShift as the example. And finally, if we talk about software as a service, so we have so many examples, but here we are going to use one example of Office 365, where I manage all my Office stuff using Office 365, and Spotify, with which I listen to music. I just have to download that application and I can use it for music streaming or